Let's get ready for book club! For the first time ever, I've never been to book club yet. This is going to be my first book club ever. And I'm not saying that this will be my book club for here on out, but I think that it's going to be a really exciting way for me to try to get out of my comfort zone, try something I've never done before, that also combines something that I love, reading books. I don't know about you, but I always love the idea of going to a book club. The idea of a group of people picking a book, reading it together, and then talking about it and sharing their opinions sounds so fun. And I am extra excited about this book club because the author is going to be there in person, which I know does not happen for every book club, and it doesn't need to happen at all for a book club to be like a legit book club. It just so happens that the one I stumbled upon, she will be at. And it's a huge motivator for actually getting me to go. Oh, and by the way, I'm Melizza, and this is my channel. I am also going alone. None of my friends are going to be there. No one I know is going to be there, as far as I know. And while that does make me a little nervous, I'm more excited about the fact that I'm going to be in a room full of people talking about the book, and it's a book that I'm really, really excited about. The book is called The Poisons We Drink by Bethany Baptiste, and I have featured this book on my channel twice before. I bought this copy, which is already signed, in my Jacksonville bookstore shopping tour video, and I mentioned it in my Black Girl Fantasy Reads / Fall TBR video. And honestly, there is not that much fall left. And I don't know if I'm going to get around to actually reading it this season, which is so sad because I'm really excited about the story. It has a lot of elements that I already know I love. I think a lot of elements that fit the time right now. And I was told that there will be spoilers in book club, obviously, because you talk about the book. The idea is that you've already read the book. I just haven't read it yet. And I actually don't mind that because this book club is going to be my way of experiencing the book this season, since I likely won't get around to reading it, so I'm still very excited. I probably won't be able to add much to the conversation, but I'm still excited to hear what people have to say and their opinions and how they think something was interpreted, and maybe somebody else has a different opinion. Because to me, reading isn't just about the stories that we read, it's also a community and like a little fandom, because when you find somebody who likes the same book as you, it's such an instant, deep connection because reading is such an intimate experience. It's like something you do by yourself, in your own head probably. And it's fun and exciting to feel like you can share that with somebody. So maybe I'll make a friend, I don't know. I'm not putting too high expectations on this, mostly because I'm nervous, but also because I just want to let the experience happen to me and not force any like perceptions upon it before experiencing it in real life. I feel like my brain is trying really hard to the neurons are out here trying to work hard. The book club is also being put on by a local bookstore, Writer's Block Winter Park, who has seen her shine on this channel, honestly. Because it was in my Christmas book shopping video that I saw they had a book club, and that I saw this book was going to be one of the books they were reading, and that Bethany Baptiste herself was going to be there. Zoe has joined us. This is a very random makeup tip, but I've been using clear mascara, this one specifically, on the bottom lashes, and it makes such a difference. Sometimes I feel like if I use black mascara on my lower lashes, it looks like I'm extra tired because they just make it dark underneath my eyes. But with a clear mascara, you don't have that problem.
I think the next plot twist is that things are about to get really good. I think this world is going to open up for you in unimaginable ways. I think you're walking into your best chapter yet.
We're in Winter Park, and I am scared. I don't know, I'm just a little bit nervous, probably because I've never done this before, so I don't really know what to expect. I didn't know if I should bring a notebook or if that was like really nerdy of me, but I did think about it. And honestly, I feel like this is the type of crowd that would appreciate a prepared note taker. But seeing as though I haven't read the book, I don't know what kind of notes I would be taking. I keep coming up with these scenarios in my head, like, I'm gonna walk in and there's gonna be a circle of empty chairs, and what if I'm the first person and they're like, oh, have you read the book? And I'm like, no, I haven't read the book, I'm just excited for book club. Or what if I walk in and everybody takes book club very, very serious and they're like, you haven't read the book? That one I don't think will happen. I think that because this is a local store and reading is, in my opinion, overall a pretty positive community, at least the communities within reading that I am a part of are pretty positive. So I feel like it's going to be a very welcoming vibe in there. Here's my ideal situation. Walk in, maybe there's a couple of rows of chairs. I'll sit in like the second to third row because I'm small, so I need to see, but I don't need to be in the front because the front is for people who have A, read the book and are B, going to participate. I'm gonna be so real with you right now. I don't have plans to participate. I have plans to sit and observe and just be a part of, take it all in, hear what Bethany Baptiste has to say, and just like be in her presence, because that's really cool. She wrote a book that I can hold in my hands. I would, but the camera is sitting on it right now. Maybe I'll ask her for a selfie. I really just want to get a feel for book club, see if it's something that I genuinely think that I would want to be a part of on a regular basis, maybe start one of my own, maybe find a virtual one. But overall, I feel like this is going to be a really fun first experience with book club, even though I'm so sweaty because I'm nervous. And really the only way to get over nervousness about something is to do it. So that's the plan. I forget how early the sun sets. It's like nighttime, but not really, it's only 6. But it feels like nighttime. At least it's not Florida hot enough that I would be super, super sweating in this jacket. It's just sweat from nerves, which I can handle. I'm scared. Back home from book club, it feels like it's midnight because the sun sets so early. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:50 p.m.
Okay, so it's almost 11, but it's because I went to dinner after book club with some friends, not some friends from book club. That's the next step. But let's talk about book club. I did not film much in there at all because it was a very intimate space. So I'm just gonna walk you through everything from my perspective and try to tell you as much as I can. So I walk up to Writer's Block Bookstore and I see that their sign says closed. Like it's like an open close sign and it's flipped to close. And I was like, did I misread something? Am I at the wrong store? And I could kind of see people moving around inside, but it had just turned 6 o'clock and they closed at 6 o'clock, so I thought they were just closed and they were like, don't let anybody else in because we're just waiting for these people to leave. So I called the store and I asked them if they were still doing book club, and they were. I guess they just had the sign there. I don't know, it was a little bit confusing, but book club was in person and I was in the right place. So I walk in and they have a semicircle of folded up chairs, and there was one other girl in. And luckily, everyone who works at this bookstore is super sweet and really excited to see you be there. So it was a positive vibe all around. I sit down, Bethany is there, and she comes over and she says hello, and we're talking about her book, and she personalized my book. If you watched my bookstore shopping tour in Jacksonville, Florida, you would have seen me pick up this book, and it's a signed copy that I got from a bookstore in San Marco. But Bethany customized mine to say, "To Melizza, remember your power," and it's just an extra special book. Not to flex, but the author has held my book twice. I'm just saying. But then I quickly learned that Bethany is actually also from Jacksonville, which is my hometown. She grew up there too, and it made me instantly love this book even more because she's kind of like a role model in that way, or like inspiration when you know somebody from your hometown who's doing something amazing, like publishing a book. That's so Incredible, I'm so happy to have learned that about her. So then I think two more people came in. The first girl had to leave a little bit early, and there was one staff member who was there to help facilitate the conversation. So in total, there's like at max 5 people in this semicircle of chairs, and I was honest about the fact that I hadn't read the book and that I was here just to hear and listen and learn some more and see people's opinions. There was another person there who had read the book and really enjoyed it. You could tell by everything they had to say. The girl who had to leave early didn't say too much, and then the person who filled in the last spot, I don't think had gotten too far into the book either, but I think that needs to change for all of us and all of you watching this video, because if anything, this book club made me more excited to read. Even though there were some light spoilers, it didn't at all deter me from wanting to read this book. A few things that stuck out to me from this conversation: Bethany mentioned that a point of this book that was really important to her was identity, because when she started writing it back in 2017, I believe, there were not a lot of Black fantasy books, and she wanted to help come into the space and change that, and so she did with The Poisons We Drink. It was supposed to be a duology, like a 2-book series, but she had to condense it down to 1. So it was fun hearing how she did that and the decisions she made for her characters and for the plot line, just really getting the author side of the book. And I understand that that's not a thing with every book club, but how cool was it that I went to a book club in person with the author of the book that I'm physically holding? That's just so amazing, and I hope that this can maybe encourage you to check out your local bookstore or book club or library and see if they have any book-related events, author events, things that you might be interested in, and really go, because it was 1 hour of my night and it was so fulfilling. My heart's just really happy about it. And it's fun to get in-person connection with people who like something that you also like. We love fandom. Bethany also mentioned how she wrote this book as a response to the 2016 election, and how after the events of last week, a lot of people were picking up this book to make themselves feel better. And she mentioned how people were actually reading this book for the first time to kind of give themselves a safe and comfortable place. And I love that books can be that for people. They are that for me. I read books to escape. And I'm even more excited for the magic in this book because our FMC Venus makes love potions. And apparently there are 8 different types. I think she said that there are pictures in the book, in the back of the book, of the different potions. There are potion recipes in the back of the book. And here are the bottles. So the love potions are a part of the magic system in this world, and they focus on all types of love: familial, romantic a little bit. She said romance is not the main plot of this book. It's kind of just like a thin through line. Overall, I think that book club is a great idea, and it's just as great as I thought it was in my head. Honestly, a little better even, and I could definitely see myself going back. I also think I'm really gonna try to squeeze in the time to read The Poisons We Drink before the end of the year, because I just think now is the perfect time. Thanks for coming with me to book club. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.